Alright. So first off, once you call Halal, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bash, Kodash. The honors to the elders and the apostles of greatness too. Shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways, preaching and teaching His word in sincerity and truth. This is your brother Shapwal, along with the brother Zach. And as I said before, this is another installment. And the lesson which I did before, which is entitled "The Lord Will Suffice You," right, in a time of help, right, in a time of distress, in a time of need. Because as I stated before that, that time we are coming to some dreadful times, man. Famine, martial law, World War II, World War III, a matter of fact, slack, yeah. And the Lord only set up one avenue, only one avenue where our people can be saved, and that's the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right, through His Son, because as His name stated, He's the Redeemer, right, only Him alone can redeem, right, and not ourselves. So the power is not in our hands, man, because if the power was in our hands, we would have been out of this place, we would have been out of this place a long time, man. And that's why the scripture says, for wait until the Lord rise up to the prayer, man. So we can get the help out of this place, So,
alright, this is 2nd Ezra 16 in verse I'm going to start at 73. It says, "Then shall they know who are my chosen,
right,
and they shall be tried as gold in the fire.
Done.
Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand,
Done.
but I will deliver you from the same."
That's right. The Lord say will deliver us from the same, man. The Lord's willing we are part of that number, that elect. Because guess what? The Lord, as His name says, man, He's the deliverer. And only the Lord alone will deliver us from this predicament that we're in. There's nothing where any one of us can do on our own, right, to say, let us save ourselves, man. As we stated before in the last lesson, no matter your order of food, and all of these things, you do that, it shows a lack of faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? And we're looking at all of the examples of the past, past prophets, and so on and so forth, man. I would say the only plan that they had, man, was Yahweh or Yahushai, man. And they were delivered. You have more on that?
Yeah. Verse 75, "Be not afraid, neither doubt, for
Right.
Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is your guide."
Right. And the operative word right there is doubt. Neither doubt, man. Right? Because the scripture says, if you doubt, basically you're not going to be defended, or to paraphrase the scripture. So you're not going to be defended. That shows you lack of faith. And this is why I say right now is the right time to build up that faith, man. Right? Through fasting and prayer. Right? Prove your house, man. Ask Him for things now. And see. See the wonders works. So when you go in at the time of distress, you're not going to have a doubt, say the Lord I will feed you, yes or no.
Right, verse 76, "And the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, said the Lord Yahweh, let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves."
Right. So let not your sins weigh you down, man. Or your iniquity lift up themselves. As lesson where the elder apostle Arimlab did, so be still. When you're brought to a low state, as the scripture says,
this is Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach chapter 2, and verse, let's go to point verse 4. "Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully,
right,
and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state."
Exactly. See? Yeah, because when you bring to a lower state, man, because the only way the Lord can lift you up is if you're down, man. Right? Because if you're already lifted up, then what means is it to be lifted any further, man. So when you're brought to a lower state, that is the right opportunity for the Lord to intervene and really lift you up and drag you out of that, man. But you have to have faith and trust in Yahushai.
As say, they that are old need not have a physician.
Exactly.
It's when come to call what? Sinners unto repentance. Right? We are the one basically on the low. Right? Because Him say what? That which is exalted shall be made low.
Right.
And that which is low shall be exalted. Paraphrasing. Let's skip down to verse 10. So look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded?
That's right.
Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken?
That's right.
Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
Done. All right, and we see the prophets of old, man. You know, we see the prophets of old. You know, a lot of them, and it's documented in the scriptures. We go to Elisha first, you know what I mean, and we go to the book of Luke. You know what I mean, Elisha, the Lord spoke unto him, as you said before in the last lesson that we did. You know what I mean, and Elisha, basically at that time, you know what I mean, they had message from angels and so on and so forth. This time it's going to be harder because basically this is the generation we never see Yahushua, but we read of him. Like scripture says, Lo, I come in the volume of the book. So we spiritually, you know, we have that spiritual connection to the Most High and His Son, man. You know what I mean? So that's what we are really dependent on that time, man. You know?
This is Romans chapter 15 and verse 4. And it says, For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
Right. Right. Patience and comfort of scripture, man.
Right. And at least the brother them is in the Akim, or the prophets, men of the Lord, in ancient history, our history, we basically wait upon the Lord Yahushua, and we see there a lot of him.
Exactly.
Right, the scripture even say we have here of the patience of Job.
Right.
And we see him lot of him. Where the Most High bless him. And that's the same lot basically we have. Right, waiting upon we are get put through by the position of difficulty. We see if we are going to hold forth with integrity.
That's right.
We see if we are going to patiently wait upon the Lord. As the scripture say what? Shall not the Most High avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him?
Exactly.
I tell you, he shall avenge him speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man come, shall he find faith on the earth. I will come back.
Exactly.
Where the scripture say, just a little while, and he that shall come will come.
Right. Right. And just for add, yo, right? Because in that time, yo, you have to be put through certain things, right? For as you said before, to be lifted up, all right? Because as you said before, you know, this is the Lord movie, all right? And in this movie of Yahushua, right, you have to face great tribulation, man, to be saved, man. You know, right? If we don't face the tribulation, we're going to be safer, right? So when we brought low, we use this as an example, all right, for practice our humility, you know what I mean? So we can be lifted up, you know what I mean? So of the scripture in Isaiah 41 and verse 10, it says, Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am the Lord thy God. Right? I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Alright? So our strength lies in Yahushua, man. Right? So in the time of weakness and in the time of poverty, that is where our strength lies, man. You know? See, and not in our hands. You know what I mean? We cannot do this of our own. Okay? You know what I mean? And it's going to take a lot of faith. See, so behold, all they that were increased in sense, right, against thee, shall be ashamed and confounded, right? They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish, right? He said, thou shalt seek them, right, and shall not find them, right? Even them that contended with thee, right? They that war against thee shall be as nothing and as a thing of naught. All right, and these are the one who are coming against us, man. Right? See, these are the one who are going to rush in on our people, right? And try to, because it's all about that birthright, man. So you know him are going to come down, right? As the scripture says, and our people have been great wrath. You know what I mean? Because it's all about Jacob and Esau and that birthright, man. And we can see right now him are trying to inherit that. You know what I mean? And as long as we living, you know what I mean, the promise still stands for our people. See? So that's the reason why him are going to come in, you know what I mean, to slaughter our people. See? But the Lord, the one who say will go uphold us, and they that fight against us shall come to naught. Alright? Verse 13, he said, For I, the Lord thy God, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, Fear not, I will help thee. Right? So these are the words of Yahushua, man. He said, Fear not, for I will help thee. You know what I mean? And the Lord said what? The Lord cannot lie. The Lord says he's a man that he cannot lie. You know what I mean? Right? So let his word be true and every man a liar. You know what I mean? So the Lord is bound by his words, man. So these are some of the things we need to remember in that time, man. You know? See? Continuing, say, fear not, thou worm Jacob. Right? And ye men of Israel, I will help thee, say the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Right? Because, hey, Jacob is but a worm, man. We can do nothing of ourselves. You know? We can do nothing of ourselves, man, except the Lord Yahushua, man.
And that's why we have to wait upon the Lord until he rise up to the prey, because exactly. as the scripture refers to as worm. Worm are something you can squash on your feet. Exactly. Right? Ye have been blessed with the power of the sword. Exactly. And we not no weapon to compete against this, right? Physically. Right? So we have to basically wait on that spiritual intervention. The scripture refers to what? Isaiah 59 and 19. Right? When the enemy shall come in and deal as a flood, Most I raise up a spirit of standard against him. Exactly. Right? That's what divine intervention. Right. Because physically we cannot defeat the so-called white man who come down on our people having your wrath. Right. So we won't need that help, and the Most I say, guess what? Me I go help you in them time. Right. So don't worry. And you say my whole by our right hand. God. Right, which always remind me from basically like a child. I'm walking with them parents. Yeah. It's them hold them and then you know I mean nothing at all happened to them. God. That's the promise with the Most High make unto us in those times. Right. Yes, the time of trouble is coming. He must create that time. It's him when him say, guess what? Me I go protect you, me I go be a defense. Right? So with the power will create every single thing on the face of the earth. Exactly. And in control of everything. So guess what? I will defend you in those days. I will protect you, me I go guide you. Right. As priest put earlier, say, be not afraid neither doubt, for Yahweh is your guide. Yeah. Right? He will basically direct us in those days and protect us from all evil.
Right. As the brother bring out the point that the Lord I go take us like his child by the right hand. It's this is 2nd Ezra. Let's see. Alright, this is 2nd Ezra 1 and verse 27. Alright, so it's a yet. This verse 28 is thus saith the Lord, the Almighty God, have I not prayed you as a father his son, and as a mother her daughter, and as a nurse her babies, right? That ye would be my people, and I should be your God. That you be my children, and I should be your father. Right? I gathered you together as a hen gathered her chicken under her wings. But now, what shall I say unto you? Right?
Yeah. But you ever say like a hen with her chicken them when you basically come close, yeah, and get wild.
Exactly.
You start rush off for you. Right. Right. So most of that, I'm refer to us the apple them high.
That's right.
They're doing a mess with Israel, yo.
Right. Right.
To the point where I send the whole army of heaven to come down before I get through it.
Exactly.
I said, Michael, you must send all him son.
Exactly.
Whole son told you, I wish I said, now me as a man. Exactly. Full power, I come back with the host of heaven.
Right. And that are the great, as you are going on, man, that are the great power of heaven, man. And look, the Lord of hosts, man, look, the Lord is creator of all, man. All that you look at, Yahweh. You know what I mean? Why Yahushua is the creator of everything we look on. Do you think that the Lord now going to feed us in at the time? You know what I mean? And that's a great thing to really look at. You think the Lord hand is short, that he can't feed you in at the time when you're in distress, man. As the scripture speak about, I believe in a Luke, about the unjust judge. Yeah. You know what I mean? It speak of through that continual coming and wearying the unjust judge. You know what I mean? The operative word unjust. You know what I mean? And the judge, he is the leader of our adversary. For paraphrase the scripture. And the scripture also go on to say, how much more, right? The Heavenly Father, which is all righteous, man, right? And we've been the ones who on the highways and the byways pushing and you know what I mean, pushing this truth through the four corners of the earth. You know what I mean? Lords will be a part of that number and we don't really fall out. You know what I mean? See, how much more us? How much more the Lord will feed him, he won't let, man. You know what I mean? See, so when we know these things, man, and we understand these things, all right, and we take them being serious, you know what I mean, and measure upon them, then we know that at the time to come, you know what I mean, we are going to be delivered, man, and that's hope for us. Two-thirds don't have no hope, you know what I mean, because when them see society are crumble, you know what I mean, them are going to run to all manner of things, just to soothe themselves or just to get back that we are living, man. Hence, them are going to take the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, you know what I mean, alright, them are going to comply with all sort of manner of things, man, under this earth. See, but we, to the power and spirit of Yahweh, Yahushua, man, we are going to hold out. Because the Lord said, I'm going to feed them servant. The servant shall eat, but they shall be hungry.
Yeah. This is Matthew 7, verse 7. Ask, and it shall be given you.
Right.
Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you.
Right.
For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. Or, what man is there of you, whom if his son asks bread, will he give him a stone? Or if he asks a fish, will he give him a serpent?
Exactly.
If he then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things? Give good things to them that ask him.
That's right, man. That's plain and to the point, man. That's plain and to the point. Alright? This, as I said before, man, this is the Father of righteousness. You understand? And who knows how to give a gift? Who knows more how to give a gift, man? Than our Lord and Savior Yahushua, because guess what? Before you even think it, you knew it in your mind, man. Because He orchestrated all of this where I look at.
Before we even in the predicament.
Exactly, before we even had the predicament. The script has been written for us to be saved and how we are going to be saved, man. And trust me, it's not going to be no little, you know what I mean, little willy-nilly little thing wherein, you know what I mean, you know, it's going to be glorious. You know what I mean? Whatever gifts are of the Yahushua is always glorious, man. Alright? See? So, another time, when it will come to the time and we can see it in the society today, the beginning of this corona thing, and you know what I mean, the things are coming through the airwaves, through the media. You know, the time is drawing near, man, where a lot of us are going to feel the heat, we're going to feel discomfort. But the scripture, you have a scripture, and I believe it's 1st or 2nd Corinthians to tell you that there's no temptation. Yeah. You know, because the Lord is not unrighteous or unjust, wherein you're going to do the work and He's going to put a lot of burden upon you you can't manage. You know?
And say it's not unjust to get the labor of love.
To get the labor of love, man.
Yeah. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. There had no temptation taken you. Hey, we can read up a bit now. Because speak about them who basically murmur. Yeah, alright, verse 10. Say, neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured and were destroyed of the destroyer. And all these things happen unto them for examples, that they are written for our admonition, upon whom the ends of the world are come. Wherefore, let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall.
That's right, man.
There had no temptation taken you, but such as is common to men. But Yahweh Shai is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it.
Right, man. And that's the thing, man. That is the thing, man, because we're not so much take heed and immerse ourselves in the temptation, but look for the way where the Lord will create for us, man. See, sometimes we get caught up in the temptation and woe is me, and you know what I mean, we forgot to say the Lord will bring us through this to the fire to refine us as gold. So what we need to do is look at the end, man, or just trust in Yahweh Shai at that time, and know in our mind that, look, we are going to get delivered, right? Because thus say the Lord Yahushua, because we have done His work, right? So we are going to get delivered no matter how it comes, no matter how hard the temptation get. You know what I mean? You know, we're not supposed to let it weigh us down, as Scripture said before. You know what I mean? See?
It's Revelation 3 verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
That's right, man. Right? And mainly the elect of the nation of Israel. You know what I mean? You know, are going to escape that temptation, man. You know what I mean? 2/3 of our people, you know what I mean? Your judgment is prescribed for you. You know what I mean? And all the other hidden nations, man. You know? The Lord will make him entrance, grand entrance, you know what I mean? Repay what they did to him, alright, 2,000 years ago, alright, and what they did to the children of Israel. You know? See?
This is Job 5 verse 19. He will deliver thee in 6 troubles.
Right.
Yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee.
Right.
In famine he shall redeem thee from death.
Right.
And in war from the power of the sword.
Right.
Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh.
Right.
At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth.
Right.
For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee.
So, right, man, it's written, man. These are words we need to believe, right? Because it is written, right? It's written in the scripture, thus say the Lord Yahweh, man. See, so we don't need for doubt. We are going to be defended, Akim, you know? We are going to be defended in another time. And the Lord are going to suffice us, man, not ourselves, you know? The Lord, because scripture say what? I am that manna from heaven, right? See? So in the time of hunger, that's why scripture say what? Man shall not live by bread alone, but by the word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yahweh, man. And the words that proceed out of the mouth are written in the scriptures.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So these are the things we need. This is our bread at the time of famine, right? Literally, the Lord will feed us. You know what I mean? But these are the bread we need to live by, man.
Yeah, it's giving us wisdom and knowledge.
Stability. Yeah, exactly. See?
As I keep us, and we know who to call upon, and that a base part of wisdom. It's going to say, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Exactly.
You see, we know who I bring the destruction. It's here, so let him be your fear,
Yeah.
let him be your dread.
Done.
So we know so him is the ultimate power, and with that, you by that wisdom the most I give we, and the faith we will basically call upon him to basically be saved
right.
in those times, and try to save ourselves, because we for ourselves can do nothing. Isaiah 33 verse 6, it's on wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
That's right, man. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure, man. Wisdom and knowledge shall be a stability to keep us stable. Right, as I asked before, if we know what go on, who will bring it, you know what I mean, what will come at the end, because we see it and read it, and through the power and spirit of Yahweh, we know it, man. We know it. So in other time, we don't need to shake or anything, because we know the end. 2/3 know the end. 2/3 know the end, that's why they're going to bug out. You know what I mean? But the fear of the Lord, as the scripture says, is his treasure, man. Because when you fear the Lord, right, that are the true knowledge and understanding, right, of the scripture, the fear of the Lord. As the scripture said, come let us teach you the fear of the Lord. Right? We know the fear of Yahweh, man. See? So therefore, we take heed to his words. You know what I mean? Yeah, anything bad?
We have the Isaiah where you quote several times. Okay. This is Isaiah 65. I'm going to start at 13. He said, therefore thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but he shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but he shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but he shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And he shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, for the Lord Yahweh shall slay thee, and call his servant by another name.
That's right, man. That's right. So what this side of the world, we get put down. The scripture say what gonna give us fame in every land that we've been put to shame, man. Alright? And the scripture say the Lord we are gonna drink, we are gonna eat, everybody else are gonna be thirsty, because in that time, right now in this time, man, everybody has been eating and drinking and carrying on mirth, you know what I mean? A lot of things, man. Alright? But when the famine will come, all that are going to be taken away from the world and 2/3 of our people, man. See? But in that time, that are going to be our time where we are going to be sufficed by Yahweh, man. You know what I mean? And them are going to be hungry. You know? So inside the Lord are going to flip the table, man. You know?
Quick one. Psalms 91 and let me skip to the point, verse 10. So there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling.
Right.
For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways.
Right.
So they shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Skip to point, verse 14. Say, because he had set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he had known my name. I will know him.
Exactly.
Right? He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation.
That's right, man. That's a promise, man. That's a promise from the powers. Right? The powers that created all of this we're looking at, man. That's a promise. You know what I mean? So you know, we do this lesson basically to edify the potential elect. You know what I mean? And to tutor our people, to show your judgment. You know what I mean? And the heathen nations, man. You know what I mean? So, and we do this for the Lord, say our labor of love and have mercy upon us in the time to come.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, okay. Alright, so with that, we want to say, what this says was edifying. You know what I mean? Hope some brothers find comfort. You know what I mean? With that, we want to call a lolly, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Shai, the honors to the elders and the apostles of greatness stone. So I want to your brothers and always and the byways preaching and teaching this word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom.